Gonna be part 4 to what if Deku was a fire dragon slayer. So let's get into it. So it's the next day. Deku's going into class. He starts talking to Bakugo and Todoroki because they became friends, like friendly towards each other, but they still consider each other to be rivals. So Aizawa walks in. He would say, "Here are the results of internships you guys got." And Deku's at the top, then Todoroki, then Bakugo, and Aizawa would say, like, last year it was pretty evenly spaced out, but now this year is a huge gap between all of you guys. And everyone's like amazed like how much Deku, Todoroki, and Bakugo got of internships. So they're all deciding what heroes agency they want to go to. Deku picks Endeavor because he wants to know more fire, like he wants to know how to use more of his fire. So he goes to Todoroki. Bakugo picks best genus, and in Deku he would know about Ida's brother getting attacked by the hero killer Stain. Sorry, he would get attacked by he would know that Ida's brother got attacked by Stain. So he would he would ask Ida like what internship is he going to, and Ida would say manual, and Deku would say who's manual, and Ida would say he's a low level ranked hero and he has to do with water, and Deku would say why are you going to a water agency? Like you can there are a lot better heroes than him. And Ida would say, I don't know, I just feel like it. And he would say, all right. And Deku, when it said he was like starting to piece it together, and he's like thinking like maybe he's trying to go for revenge for his brother. So Deku and Todoroki go to Endeavor's agency. Endeavor starts talking to them about fire and how to use it and control it. And yeah, so I don't know if Endeavor's agency is is in Hosu City, but I'm gonna say it's not for plot reasons. So Endeavor gets a call about the attack on Hosu City, so he goes with Deku and Todoroki because Endeavor thinks it'll be good battle experience. So they go there. They see fire everywhere and see Nomus and heroes like attacking the Nomus, and Deku would see Manuel, and he would say, where'd you go? Like, did you run away or something? And Deku would say, oh no, I was right. So he would start running off. Todoroki would see him and he would start running too. Endeavor wouldn't notice, so he would just continue fighting the Nomu. And as Deku is getting towards Ida, he sees Stain about to stab Ida in the arm, and he would say, "Fire Dragon, roar!" And he would shoot the attack towards Stain. Stain dodges it, and he would say, "Huh, where did this kid come from?" And then he would start fighting with Deku, and Deku's actually pretty fast. He's agile. He's not as fast as Stain with reflexes, but his movement is pretty fast. It's pretty fast. Excuse me. So yeah, and as Stain was about to cut Deku, an ice attack would go for Stain, and Stain would just see it and dodge it. And it's like, now what? And he would see Todoroki, and they would start fighting Stain, and after a while, Deku would punch Stain with a fire fist, and he would knock him out. He would tie him up with rope, and yeah, so they would get Ira native out of the what was it in the alley, and Deku and Todoroki would get scolded by the heroes saying that was dangerous and you can't use your quirks. And Endeavor would step in and say, I gave them permission to use their quirks. And then, yeah, and like Deku would take Ida, and like Deku and Todoroki would take Ida to the hospital. And yeah, like no, the Nomu doesn't grab anyone because it's dead. So yeah. So as they're in the hospital, like Ida is like saying like I'm sorry, like I shouldn't have done that. And it's like Deku would just say, yeah, you're like I thought you were like you're smart. Like I never thought you would do something this stupid. Ida would say like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like I won't do it ever again. And yeah, the dog man walks in. I don't know what's his name. I'm just calling him Dog Man. So he walks in. He was saying like, it was illegal to use your quirks, and especially to use them to harm someone. And then I'm gonna say Endeavor. He walks into the room and he would see the dog guy, and he'll say, "What's going on here?" And the dog man would say, he was just talking to these kids and how it was illegal to use their quirks in public, and especially like to use it to harm someone. And Endeavor would say like, no, that's nonsense. I gave them permission to use their quirks. And the dog man would say, oh, well, I guess you had permission from Endeavor, so I guess you were allowed to use your quirks, so you get the credit. So yeah, and Ida's like stays in the hospital for like I'm gonna say like 2 days. So yeah. So it's the next day. Ida's not there because he's still in the hospital. Todoroki and Deku would walk in, and people would just start surrounding them. And it's like, you guys fought the hero killer Stain? And like Deku would say, yeah. And like, yeah. Todoroki would say, yeah. And it's like that must have been hard. Deku would say, no, not really. And people would say, was he that good? And Deku would say, yeah, he was pretty good. So they'll just be talking. They'll just be talking about it. Yeah. What comes after this? Wasn't it? I think it was the teacher versus student test, right? Yeah, I'm gonna get into that like a little. So yeah. So it's the teacher versus student test. They're at lunch, and like Monoma walks in. He starts talking like trash about Class 1A, and Kendo was like just chopping him on the neck, and he would be knocked out, and she would say sorry about that. And then she would say, I overheard you guys talking about the test. And I would say like Mina would say yeah, and Kendo would say like, I heard from upperclassmen that you guys are were fighting robots because that's what they did when they were first years. And Deku would think nah, it's not robots. That would be too simple. Well, everyone's like saying like, yeah, it's robots. It's gonna be easy. So as they get to the getting ready to the test, Nezu would walk out and he would say, well, we were planning it on you to fight robots, but since you fought villains, you guys are fighting the teachers. And everyone would say, what? That's unfair. You guys are way stronger than us. And Nezu would say, yeah, whatever. And they'll be using these weights, so they'll be weighed down a little, so it'll be a little easier. So yeah. So hold on. Sorry about that. I had to do something. So yeah. Let's get into it. So I think I was like when Nezu was explaining the teacher versus student test. So as always, Deku and Bakugo get paired up with All Might, and the rest has the same groups as in canon. So yeah. So I'm just gonna skip all the fights because they're really not important except for Deku's and Bakugo's. So I'm gonna do that one. So as they're walking, they're coming up with a strategy on how to defeat All Might. And as they were talking about it, All Might shoots a big gust of wind, like knocking them like off their balance, like falling. And then All Might would say, "Don't get me wrong, I'm a hero, but right now I'm a villain. So you guys have to come at me with everything you've got." And Baku would say, "All right," and start charging. And Deku would say, "Okay, I guess we're charging." So he would start charging, and All Might would just like be right in front of them because he's really fast. So Bakugo would try to throw an explosion, but he'll get kneed in the face and sent flying into the building like in cannon. Deku would say, "Fire Dragon Iron Fist," and he would punch All Might in the, not on his bad side, but on like his other side. I think it was like the right side that was good. Yeah, he would punch him on the right side. And he would like send him a little like flying into like the building. And then All Might would get up and we'll be fighting with Deku. Bakugo would come back with a stun grenade. It blinds All Might and Bakugo and Deku got a few hits on All Might. Not enough to knock him out, but to wear him down a little. So, and I would say, Deku would tell Bakugo to get out, would throw, like do one of the finishing moves, like, that he did in the sports festival. And then Bakugo would say, okay, so he would, like, start charging up Howitzer Impact. He hits, All Might, but All Might barely dodged this, like, so he gets pushed back, but he barely dodged it, so he gets like a slight burn. And then Deku would say, "Fire Dragon Secret Art, Exploding Flames," and he would shoot it at All Might, and it would like make a big explosion, and All Might would be knocked out, and Deku and Bakugo would pass the test. So yeah. So I'm gonna end it off here. Next part, I'm gonna do the training camp. So I hope you guys liked it. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.